Good morning and welcome to DCT Deep Coherence Technique Quantum. Now, today is day 17. Can you believe it? Day 17. And I wanted to continue on this theme of hierarchy and structure and what that has to do with your quantum freedom. So, DCT is more than a technique to generate coherence. It's a pathway to quantum liberation. It's a way of getting off the plantation, of getting out the matrix. So there's a real earth, there's a real 3D reality, and then there's a matrix. The Matrix movie is an amazing metaphysical story that speaks to what the ancients understood as the cave of shadows, Plato and the cave of shadows, and what the early Gnostics called the archonic forces that created a false sense of reality to trap consciousness. And in exchange, to harvest that consciousness. We're going in deep today. I mean, this is a deep dive from yesterday's conversation. This is a harvesting plantation for consciousness. There's no easy way to put it. A lot of people out there will sugarcoat this for you and talk about all kinds of this, that, and the other bliss and higher guides, and I'm not attacking any of that. All of those things have value, but ultimately, a great yuga is ending at the end of this month. That yuga is called the Kali Yuga. Other great faith traditions, indigenous peoples, the First Nations of America and Canada, for example, and South America, and other peoples are speaking to us entering into the end times. And it just means the end of a time, a great period of time. And that great period of time has been characterized by certain ideologies, um, certain practices and teachings, one of which has really held us down spiritually for thousands and thousands of years, and that is the concept of reincarnation. I'm here to share today that there's another way to do this, and the other way to do this is called transfiguration. And I teach this in my private community, which you'll please just, DM me and you can join it. I can tell you how to join it. But in our small circle, we speak about being as solid as a rock and as light as a feather. And those are the ingredients quantumly of what you need when you cross over so that you can escape this false matrix. Everything on this planet is designed to keep you trapped here, to keep you grounded here. People, places, things, but ultimately it's run a bit like how we farm animals today. So not the traditional farms, although they did similar things. I mean industrial farming of animals, where there's a product and it's the quickest way to get that product, whatever that product is from that animal. Can be, meat, can be milk, can be anything, can be experimentations. All of those things are designed to keep that animal well enough, long enough to extract the commodity. Well, it's like that kids movie Monsters Inc. We're the commodity. Consciousness is the commodity. And it is a very high value energy resource. So your consciousness, your energy, your frequency, your vibration, your awareness is a delicious, high net, high value commodity. And this entire planet is designed to keep us held here. And if you want to know why so many awful things are allowed to happen, why there's so much suffering unnecessarily on this planet, this simple answer will give you the reason why. It's all designed to hold us in this vibrational frequency false matrix. But the good news is at the end of this month, that whole yuga, that whole end time, that whole epoch that governed us with all of these ideas around reincarnation and karma, heaven and hell and everything, it's coming to an end, which means that you and I now have the possibility to jump ship. This is why I teach a course called Beyond Earth, from Kali Yuga to Cosmic Age. We're not just talking about going to the stars in spaceships, although that's going to happen. I'm talking about transfiguration. I'm talking about us going home, wherever home is for you. And for those of you that identify as earth seeds, home is the real home. It's the real earth. It's not the false matrix. There is an earth that is elemental and magical and enchanting, and that is what you're connected to. So there's a possibility of actually joining in back into the original earth, which is Gaia. And that's all up for grabs. That's all up for grabs in this time period. So this is what I'm going to be teaching. It's going to be a kind of an exit plan for all of us to have more choices, but also to live our lives empowered. And we call it actually empowered. So to live your life deliciously full, knowing that it's a finite experience and really just being in the pleasure of it, in the flow of it, but at the same time, understanding why the world is the way it is, doing what we can while we're here, but ultimately knowing that we have quantum freedom. We have the ability, we have choices, and we can transmigrate and have all kinds of amazing other life experiences. So that's basically what I'm going to be teaching from here on in. And there are a lot of people out there speaking to this. I want to acknowledge those teachers, those way showers, those guides that are also sharing that this is a time of great emancipation in more ways than one. Now, deep coherence technique is a very powerful, simple, yet effective practice. What it does is it kind of loosens you up, recalibrates you into coherence so all of your energy systems flow coherently in synergy. And what that does, that releases more quantum for you. You literally expand your biotechnology, your electromagnetic field, and because you do so, you become clearer, you become lighter. And remember the Tibetan Book of the Dead and the Book of the Dead of the Egyptians, they said that you had to cross over, you had to be as light as a feather, which is why we say what we're doing here is to generate the kind of quantum field that is so light that it is able to transmigrate wherever it wants. That is the eternal promise made to interdimensional beings such as ourselves. Beyond Earth is a real prospect. And if you want to come back to Earth again and again, that is also a real prospect, except this time it'll be on your terms. It'll be very different set of experiences for you. So this is the work we're doing. And the work we're doing, especially in DCT quantum, is we're asking the question, are you able to transcend your monkey mind? Are you able to transmute the physicality of the five senses? And in doing so, can you tolerate silence and stillness? This is a really, really big challenge because it's difficult to trust that the silence is working. It's difficult to think that you're sitting there and not doing anything when we do the five steps in silence. But remember, what we're doing here is we're doing quantum DCT. It is not just a guided visualization, it is an invitation to hear your own resonance and to internalize each of these steps so that one day, if you're by yourself and there is nothing, no electricity or anything like that, you can come into deep coherence and you won't get pushed around. That's going to be really, really important in the coming months and years ahead. So today we're going to do DCT 5-step activation. And I'm going to give you the audible cues. And I'm going to hold space with you and resonate entangle with you, but I'm not going to guide you through this. I am going to sit with you in a circle and I'm going to hold the quantum with you. Now, don't get distracted by what the monkey mind and the chitter chatter brain will do. It doesn't matter, ignore it. Just stay present and stay as long as you can in the stillness. Just keep bringing yourself back in. That's where the work is. So we always start with step number 1. We're going to ground to the earth. Ground to the earth. Step number 2, we are going to activate a conscious connection to our light body through 5 deep breaths. And as we breathe in, we draw in prana, life force, activating this entire body. and exhaling anything that needs to leave. 5 deep breaths. Step number 3, we're going to prime our electromagnetic field using our fingers and the palms of our hands in a sensory connection between all of our energy centers. Now expand your consciousness out to the very edges of your electromagnetic field. Feel, permeate. It's not, your consciousness is not localized here. It's not. Your consciousness permeates everything in your biotechnology. So release it Feel the edges of your electromagnetic field. Feel every inch of it. And then know that you can expand beyond that bubble around you. You can push out that consciousness and you can fill the room or the area that you're in. In fact, if you're outside, you can soar. You can soar in all directions. So learning to do this is a bit like flying a kite. It's about balance and buoyancy. It's about feeling it, but feeling it in terms of the resonance. You've got that ability. That's why we do this. And that's why doing it in silence is very powerful, because you're forced to feel it and not follow somebody else's visualization. So as we do this from this day on, I want you to test this. I want you to fill your electromagnetic field with your mind. Fill it with your thoughts. Fill it with your consciousness. It's time to unleash the enlightened mind, the mind of God, the cosmic mind, the infinite, interdimensional mind that is omnipresent. It's not here. We're going to do the same now with our heart. Step number 4, the Om-powered, Om-powered I am that I am. A holy and sacred act, not a step to push through, rush through, not a step to anticipate, go through it like it's rote, but to be in this precious moment with yourself, to come back into communion, into oneness, into the ecstasy of who you are. Put your hands gently in front of your heart. Connect. And then, like golden gates or like a portal to the center of the cosmos, like a gateway to God. Open. Open into the Holy of Holies, the temple, into the Om-powered space. And now walk into that light. Walk through that doorway. Pass through that gate. And as you do so, surrender the ego. Surrender the monkey mind. Surrender all the chatter. And become one with the light that is eternal. Surrender into relationship with the divine. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't always need to know why. Just trust. Trust got you here. Trust will take you where you need to go. So let go. Become one with that light. And as you do so, see that light expand out. Step number 5. We join through the power of 9 to the cosmos, to Creator, to Source, to the quantum field itself, and always to the ring, to one another. And now you are the sacred cross. As the human, the connection between heaven and earth. This is why we do this. So bring down that light into the heart, which is a vortex. And now we're going to generate a coherence wave. You can see this as a ripple on a still lake. You can drop your vision here too. Or you can simply trust that anything that is there for your highest good will come to pass. Thank you for everything. I am truly blessed. I bless everyone in my world, and I bless this world with peace. And so it is. And may we be the peace that we wish to see in this world. We're going home.